What is going on, community? It is TJ, aka Flash by Night, and we are here once again for the re-up. Again, I have my skull cap on, and you know what that means. FBK needs a CUT, and I need one bad. But we are not here for that. We are here for the books. I have, I think, 7, 8 books for New Comic Book Day. Nothing really extra. It was a pretty light week, I think, on everybody's part. But you know, it's about average, maybe a little bit more than average for me for New Comic Book Day. You know, I am part of Team Small Haul. So without any further ado, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we are going to get into it. The first thing I have actually is not a book per se, but Marvel, I guess, has these calendars for the year 2022. I have a 2021 Fantastic Four calendar in my office, and so this right here came right on time. In fact, let me show you one of my favorites. June looks like it's going to be a pretty good month with Luke Cage on the inside, and I think my other favorite month is going to be November, the month of Doom. So that's what we're doing with the calendar. No big deal. Put it up next week. Of course, next week is January, since we got New Year's coming up. But the first book on my list for New Comic Book Day, of course, is from DC, and it is The Flash 777. I'm actually behind on reading my Flash books. As most of you know, Wally West has lately taken back the mantle of the Flash, and you know, we've got family things going on. I think he's on Gem World, I think, with Justice League Dark. I've got to do some reading and catch up on why that's the case, but I know he got a visit from Dr. Fate a couple of issues ago. And so we'll check this out, read up on it. I need to catch up, and when I catch up, I'll let you guys know. Next DC book on the list, Robin #9 from Joshua Williamson. Say it with me. In Joshua Williamson we trust. So Robin issue #9, I think, is post tournament. You know, we have this tournament on Lazarus Island. Most people described it as like a Mortal Kombat style fight to the death tournament. But since we were on Lazarus Island, you know, you got like 3 deaths you could use before being dead permanently. And so we're at the end of this tournament, and Damien has kind of deduced that there was something going on, an ulterior motive to this tournament. We're digging up some family history for Ra's al Ghul and for the League of Assassins. So Robin issue #9, as you see, we're gonna meet up with the Lazarus demon, whoever that may be or whatever that may be. We'll read it and we'll find out. Next book from Marvel is a book I read because I said it was going to be my first read of the week, and it is Devil's Reign #2. Of course, Devil's Reign is a crossover story, an event springing out of Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil run, and here we have Wilson Fisk finally tired of putting up with these heroes and their shenanigans, and he is basically outlawing heroes, pulling strings. He has this his Thunderbolts team to go out and sweep the city streets, get rid of all the heroes he can, but there are heroes trying to fight back in different ways, including Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Tony Stark, Iron Man, who wants to run for mayor against Fisk. And what we find out in this book about our group of 3 heroes really makes me miss the fact that that we're not getting the Luke Cage, is it City of Fire, City on Fire was supposed to be a tie-in to Devil's Reign, but they canceled it. And after reading this issue, I'm really upset that they canceled that book. But we'll see what goes on. Fisk also has something special in his cane that's going to help out his machinations and kind of help him keep power. At least that's what he thinks. We also get a cameo, or I guess a visit from Doc Ock, who has some things going on of his own. So Devil's Reign, pretty good story. A lot of people in the first issue compared it to Civil War and Civil War 2, and I'm of the impression you give a story a little time to breathe, see what it says, give it 2 or 3 issues, see what's really going on. But I don't think it's going to end up being Civil War. It's got some of the Civil War things going on, but I don't think it's going to be Civil War 3 like people are thinking. Check out Devil's Reign. Pretty good. Next book I have, Death of Doctor Strange, issue number 4. I have not read any of this yet. I should get on that, but I'm pretty sure that it is good. It is written by Jed McKay, and as my guy Task on Twitter says, Jed don't miss. If you don't know, check out Black Cat, check out Moon Knight, check out Doctor Strange, and we'll talk about Jed a little bit later in this haul. Next book I have from Marvel, Wastelanders, Star-Lord, issue number 1. So these Wastelander books, I come to find out, are part of, or springs out of, inspired by these Wastelanders podcast on Sirius XM, which is pretty cool. I haven't really gotten to listen to any of them, but I may check them out sometime soon. But as for these books, I've read 3 Wastelanders books so far. The Wastelanders Wolverine book was the Wastelanders Hawkeye number 1 was a little bit better. It was fun, especially at the end when you see what the objective is and you find out who Stick is in that story. So we're gonna check out Wastelanders Star-Lord issue number 1, see what it has in store. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully we'll go at least 2 for 3 until the next book, Wastelanders book, comes out. It's not bad, I don't think. We'll see. The next book I have from Marvel, and my last Marvel book, I've been looking forward to for a while. I really wanted it. I was determined to get it. I called my LCS when I saw its existence, when I heard of its existence. And no, the book is not extremely valuable yet. The book is not highly sought after that I know of, but I needed the book just so I can say, Miss Minutes and Kang, you're on. I had to get that in. I've been waiting for like a month to do that on camera. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go on whatever app kids use to find music and look up the show by Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh. You won't regret it. You can thank me later. But as for this book, Timeless issue number 1, supposedly it is a Kang-centric one-shot that kind of introduces us to some of the future ideas and future possibilities for the Marvel Universe in 2022. I already saw a tease for something that I know nothing about, but it's getting other people excited. So we'll check out Timeless issue number 1. I may find another way to read it. I may go back and get the A cover from my store, because now that I have this book, I really don't want to put my grubby paws on this black cover with Miss Minutes. I kind of like this book. My next book from Image Comics, A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, issue number 3. And if we're going to be honest, I really wasn't looking to get this book. I had issues number 1 and 2. I read 1, didn't get much out of it, even though I think that's intentional. I have 2. I have not read 2 yet, and I felt like I was just gonna let sleeping dogs lie, and I was just gonna pass on the rest of the series. But someone ordered the book at my shop, and then I guess they found a copy somewhere, changed their mind. And so Chad at my shop, Quality Comics, says, Terrence, weren't you reading A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance? And it just pulled me right on in. So I have issue number 3. So I guess I need to read issue 2 and then check out issue 3, see what's going on. Like I said, a lot of people really dig this series. I just wasn't planning on reading it, but you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men. I think that's how that saying goes. And my last book from Source Point Press, another book that I really didn't intend on getting. I thought I canceled, but it ended up in my box, and I do not leave my store hanging. Good Boy, issue number 2. I still haven't read issue number 1 yet. I have one. I haven't read it. But from what people tell me, this is basically what if John Wick got killed and the dog went out for vengeance. That's kind of the premise that everybody tells me about this book. So since I have it, I guess I may as well read it. We'll have a little extra time with the New Year's holiday coming up. Assuming I don't have any other activities that make me unable to read. It is New Year's, after all. But Good Boy, issue number 2. Yeah, we'll check this out. So that was the re-up, really quick and dirty new comic book day haul, and maybe one book. I think Righteous Thirst for Vengeance came out last week, I think. But that was my haul for this week. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you saw something you liked. If you did enjoy yourself, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to keep up with me picking up my comics, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Always feel free to leave comments. I try to get back to everybody. I enjoy the interaction. And I think that's what makes this hobby and makes this community great, is people getting to know each other, interact with each other, exchange ideas, all that good stuff. So go ahead, feel free to leave comments. But with that being said, as we always do at this time, love yourself, love others. If I don't hear from you, have a good New Year's, and I will be back in a flash.